Esteemed Chairman, Shri Shishir Jaipuria, Chief Guest, Shri Subhash Tyagi, Chief Speaker, Shri Brijlal Kshatriya, Dean Dr. Pindra Shukla, respected Shri Mahapatra, Shri Partho, Madam William Carter, Shri Harish Dua, Mr. Lawrence Paris, Dr. Devendra Nara, Shri Shrikant Sharma ji, Dr. Mahapatra ji, Mrs. Brijlal Kshatriya, and distinguished guests, my colleagues, the faculty and staff of JSP, corporate office as well as group of institutions. Dear students of graduating batch and continuing batches, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the 9th convocation of Jaipuria School of Business. Historic occasion, one of the most memorable days in the life of graduating students. I consider it a great privilege to welcome Shri Subhash Tyagi and express our gratitude to him for accepting our invitation to grace this convocation as chief guest. I was touched by his humility and grace when I met him in his office for the first time. I read about him and heard about him as one of the most successful entrepreneurs of India who gave up a lucrative job to take the difficult path of starting a business. Today, his business group employs thousands of employees. One of the most respected, as Dean Madam already said, the largest floor glass manufacturer in India. He is an inspiration for all aspiring entrepreneurs in the age of Startup India. He is one of those original entrepreneurs who thought of starting the Startup India long before this movement has come. Sir, I welcome you on behalf of our students, faculty and management. We are eagerly looking forward to hear from you in a short while from now. I welcome Shri Brijlal Kshatriya, former Managing Director of Bokaro Steel Plant, who I have looked upon in my entire professional career as a mentor and guru, with whom I had the good fortune to work with for 2 years. Early in my career, sir, I want to take this opportunity to publicly acknowledge that you have been one of the greatest teachers and influencers in my life. I am grateful to you for agreeing to our request to address our students today. It's an absolute honor to share the dais with you on this historic occasion. We welcome you and eagerly await to listen to your words of wisdom. Once again, I welcome our esteemed chairman and all dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, guests, faculty, staff and students assembled here this forenoon to witness the 9th convocation of Jaipuria School of Business. I take great pleasure to present the annual report of JSB for the academic year 2017-18. At the outset, let me mention the highlights. The PGTM batch of 2018-20 have entered the portals of JSB, as the batch of 16-18 receives their diplomas today. In recognition of the all-round performance of the school, several awards and recognitions have come our way. I would like to name a few. The Integrated Chamber of Commerce and Industry recognized as the best emerging business school in India 2018. The Center for Education Growth and Research has awarded as the Best Management Institute for Placement at the 4th Higher Education Summit in April 2018. The Institute also received award for excellence in international collaboration in February 2018. Since we held our last convocation in September 2017, there have been many notable achievements for our institute. First, I would like to mention the achievement of our students of 16-18 batch who shall receive their diplomas today. It gives me immense satisfaction to mention that the batch has maintained our proud record of achieving 100% placement from campus. And there were many who received multiple job offers. Over 60 companies visited our campus last year for final placement, as well as summer internship placement. We would like to thank Barclays, CCD, Axis Bank, ICIC, Securities, Tata Capital Housing, Finance, India Books, CIBC, Tommy Hilfiger, Sysfire, Onyx Communication, Modi Naturals, National Retail, Coca-Cola, Varun Beverages, Honda Cars India Limited, Times of India, Hindustan Times, Guinea Filaments, Bakeries, ITC, HUL, Jara Education, SDFC Bank, Bandhan Bank, Health Card, Mirza International, Prabhudas Leather, Invisco India, Adani Wilmar, etc. Very difficult to name all of them. While it will not be possible to name every benefactor of positive space, I would like to place on record our gratitude to each and every company that selected our students and made job offers or SIP offers, but also to whom we could not provide enough candidates to pick. We look forward to their continuous association with us. I would like to place on record the contribution of Mrs. Switi Singh, Head of our Corporate Relations and Placement team, for developing and nurturing a sustained partnership with corporates. I will also thank faculties for grooming our students to meet industry expectation. We have noticed an increasing trend of companies seeking our students for short duration live projects. This is a wonderful way for students to gain more practical experience, and therefore we have created enough flexibility in our pedagogy and evaluation system to encourage students for live internships, short duration. Our students are no longer confined to classroom learning only. Our students of current batches have already gone for 5 live internship projects at ITC, Modi Naturals, Bakeries, Adani Wilmar, Outlook, Future Group. In this term itself, the practice shall continue. Last year, we brought in a special course on personal growth lab for our students of 17-19 batch. And taking the learning forward, we have integrated PGL into the syllabus of HR and OB for the batch of 18-20. We installed the Wordsworth Language Laboratory at our computer center for giving practice opportunity to our students in English language communication, the language of the world. The reason for mentioning this is to demonstrate our flexibility in adapting to the requirements of changing time. The 2018 AICT manual vindicated our experiments in curriculum design over the past years and have formally incorporated now the opportunity for B schools to build in live project internships and practice components into the teaching, learning and evaluation process. For the second consecutive year, we have held the elaborate consultative process for designing the curriculum and getting it finalized at a formal meeting of the Academic Advisory Council held on 12th May 2018 that has distinguished members from the academia industry. To mention a few, Mr. Lawrence Perez, Mr. Harish Dua, Madam Brinda Balakrishnan, they are here, present here today. Last year, we introduced a new initiative called Educational Tour Abroad for Toppers. 5 for students from 17-19 batch who excelled in their academic performance in the first 2 terms were selected and sent to Dubai on an educational tour from 19th March to 23rd March for giving them exposure to international business environment. This was a new scheme introduced last year. The students on their return shared their learning with all. Professor Yusuf Mehdi led the student delegation comprising Madhuri, Sunaina, Shivangi, Shakhi and Arti. Congratulations to all. Since our last convocation, we have organized 2 large conferences in New Delhi at iconic venues. An international conference on changing global economic scenario, the challenges and opportunities for India, was held on 11th November 17 at NDMC Auditorium in New Delhi. The then Union Minister for Commerce and Industry, Mr. Suresh Prabhu, Mr. Amitabh Kant, CEO of Niti Aayog, Mr. Sanjeev Chopra, Additional Chief Secretary of Government of West Bengal, Alexander Selodev, the Russian Trade Commissioner, and many other distinguished speakers addressed the international conference, which was attended by over 300 delegates from government, industry, academy, foreign embassy officials, and members of civil society. A book on the conference title was released on the occasion, published by Bloomsbury. We organized a national conference on employable skill development in New India, perspectives, approaches, and best practices at Nehru National Auditorium, New Delhi on 11th August 18. The national conference held at the historic Tinmurti Bhavan was addressed by Sri Dharmendra Pradhan, Honorable Union Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, and Sri Manish Kumar, MD and CEO of National Skill Development Corporation. Over 300 delegates attended the conference The leaders in skill development space all over in India joined this conference and presented their best practices. The best practicing corporates as well as independent training organizations who are doing pioneering work in skill development were felicitated at this conference. A book on the conference title was released on the occasion, published by itself. I am happy to inform Mr. Kshatriya that SAIL was also one of the organizations apart from Tata Steel among the corporates to receive award on best practice in skill development. Our students continue to take part in numerous social change campaigns like Swachh Bharat movement, Digital India movement, Green India movement, blood donation, joy of giving, etc. Continuing a tradition of adopting a plant on the day of joining GSB as a student, the new batch of 80 students of 2018-20 batch have adopted a plant each. We have also partnered with Barclays for a tree plantation campaign held on 3rd August 18 in our campus. Ashoka trees and neem trees have been planted in our campus, lining up our boundary wall. The Rotaract Club of JSP has been revived and it has held a blood donation camp on our campus in collaboration with the Rotary Club of Indrapuram on 5th September. The students and members of Jaipuria fraternity came forward to donate their blood. I am thankful to many of my colleagues in the corporate office who came down to donate their blood also, apart from our students and faculty. Our students celebrated last Diwali in a unique way by visiting a nearby slum and teaching the children a value-adding skill of designing colorful lamps for sale at Premium. Street plays on the themes of violence against women, national integrity, communal harmony were staged by the students during the annual cultural festival Scintilla, in which students from more than 36 colleges in Delhi NCR took part. Debate is one of the academic activities that gives students room for creative expression. The knowledge and exposure that students get through debating is unparalleled. Our inter-college annual debate competition, Manthan, was organized under the aegis of Center for Creativity and Innovation. We call it Dr. Rajaram Jaipuria Memorial Debate. This was a 2-day event held on 9th and 10th February 2018 that saw enthusiastic participation of 63 teams from 34 different colleges in Delhi NCR. This initiative shall continue to gather momentum in coming years. Our students are encouraged to participate in conferences, symposia, lectures at reputed external fora like FICCI, CII, IMA, etc. and also take part in national television debates on issues of social concerns, change and diversity. They have taken part in such programs on cyber security, NRI investment, Teen Talaq, religious tolerance, etc. Our students have visited the live studios of many famous national TV channels like G Studios, Indian TV, and at Film City to take part in live programs. We are proud of students' social commitment and achievements. My report will be incomplete without mentioning the achievements of our faculty in the last academic year. Dr. Timira Shukla, Dean of Academics, has edited 2 books, published and presented 7 research papers, articles in leading journals and international conferences, proceedings, conducted 3 NDPs, addressed 4 conferences and seminars, including 3 as chair, convener or co-chair. She was a member of review committee for 15th AIMS International Conference on Management, jointly organized by IMT Ghaziabad from January 6 to 8, 2018, and also member International Advisory Committee for the International Conference organized by AIMS at Bangkok in September 2018 in absentia. She has been awarded with the coveted honor of Rashtriya Siksha Gaurav Puraskar at CGR Conclave on 8th December 2007. I'll call upon each one of you to give a round of applause to our team. Dr. Anurita Sharma, Associate Professor of Finance and Economics, has published 4 papers, conducted 3 NDPs and presented papers at 2 international conferences. She, along with Dr. Santosh Kumar, conducted MDP for international delegates for Afghanistan students at IMM New Delhi on 17 July 2018. Dr. Santosh Kumar, Associate Professor of Finance and Accounts, has published 3 papers, conducted 2 MDPs and attended 2 conferences. He qualified in the National Institute of Securities Market Test established by SEBI and is now a certified expert in derivatives. Dr. Nitin Saxena, Associate Professor Marketing, has published 5 research papers and was the co-editor of the book titled Employable Skill Development in New India. He was also convener of our conference, National Conference on 11th August. Dr. Radha Yadav, Assistant Professor HR and OE, has published and presented 2 papers at international conferences organized by IIT Roorkee. Dr. Brijlal Tyagi, Assistant Professor of Finance and Accounts, got a paper on financial skill development published in the edited book, the book chapter in August 2018. Another paper on financial inclusion has been accepted for publication in December issue of Business. Professor Bhupinder Singh, Associate Professor in Information Science, presented a paper on digitization in India, a step towards development at the first international conference on digital economy, innovation and challenges organized by Department of Commerce, Maharaja Agrawal College, University of Delhi in April 2018. Professor Yusuf Mehdi, Assistant Professor of Business Communications, published 4 papers and has conducted 2 MDPs. One of his papers on translation and indigenous theory to teach learn English and its challenges won the Best Paper Award at the 12th International and 14th Annual ELT Conference at St. Teresa, Ernakulam, Kerala on 29-30 June and 1st July 2017 respectively. Among other new initiatives, a new Center for Management Development and Consultancy has been set up recently. Dr. S.P. Verma, former Executive Director of ISTD, has joined our faculty as Head of MDP and Consulting. This will be a new service offering to train management professionals at all levels of working in business, from worker to the top managers, for benefit of the main stakeholders of our business school, as India is poised for a double-digit growth in GDP in the coming decade. The MDC will work in collaborative model with professional trainers as well as clients and provide a vast opportunity to our resident faculty for participating and developing their personal brand besides enhancing the brand of Jaipuria School of Business. I'm happy to share that the first 2 programs of the MDC has already been announced and scheduled on October 1 and October 12th. The MDC is offering a wide range of training and consulting programs with a bouquet of over 40 to choose from across all domains ranging from finance to strategy. We're exploring the opportunity to establish a center for entrepreneurship incubation at our campus in the current academic year, and we are having talks with the IIM Lucknow Noida campus to handhold us in developing this center. I'm delighted to inform that despite being a day boarding campus, with a 9 to 5 academic routine, our campus budge has gone beyond the routine, extending onto late evening on weekdays and even holidays. The Center for Advanced Data Analytics, the Center for Lifelong Learning, and the Center for Wellness are jostling with student presence beyond 5 p.m. I would like to place on record the contribution of Mr. Sushant Sinha, Head of Student Welfare, and our faculties and staff for building a vibrant atmosphere in the campus. Our energy quotient in the campus has visibly gone up. Our library has been rechristened as Center for Lifelong Learning, and I congratulate Ms. Lalita Tyagi, the center head, for creating a blog site for our library complete with information of available knowledge sources for our students and faculty. We remind ourselves and our students continuously the famous words of Swami Vivekananda: arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. I must mention with gratitude the support of all our faculty, led by Dean Dr. Shukla and senior faculty Dr. N.K. Gupta, who is here with us, that made this journey easy. Because before I conclude, let me recall the golden line that our founder Dr. Jaipuria has given us. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. As faculties, we are committed to give our students knowledge to empower, attitude to enthuse, and opportunity to excel. The batch of 2016-18, which is graduating today, is evidence of our resolve. We congratulate them for their success and wish them Godspeed for their success in future.